the yes. So towards the end of the previous lecture, we started talking about various angles, Sun Earth geometry, and with the very basic thing like latitude and longitude. But it is still very important to understand those concepts because those are like basically you show the location on the surface of the earth uh, which is affecting the angle at which the sun rays strike a particular point on the surface of earth, and also the length of the day as well as the intensity of the solar radiation etc also depend upon that. So you have now understood the concept of longitude and latitude. Now, while we were discussing or talking about the rotation of the earth around the sun, and I showed you this figure, right, showing aphelion and perihelion, and also showed equinoxes and solstices. But then in this figure, the earth is shown as a very small circle, and you don't see the axis of the earth and inclination of the axis of the earth with the ecliptical plane. So now I'm going to show you another diagram which which is also showing the inclination of the uh, earth about its axis, so that it makes some angle with the plane in which it rotates, right? So that plane is called ecliptical plane. Now as you can see in this figure, like if you start with this point, let's say summer in the northern hemisphere, winter in the southern hemisphere, right? So this is actually talking about which day? It is talking about the summer solstice, right? That is June 22, 23. So at that time, this axis, as you can see, the no, because of the inclination of the axis with the ecliptical plane, that is the plane in which the imaginary plane on which the Earth is moving around the sun. So that angle is such that the northern hemisphere tilts about the sun. So the sun rays are more direct. They make less angle with any point on the northern hemisphere. Right. So this is summer solstice, and on that day, what is the declination angle? The declination angle was defined, right? That's the angle made by the sun ray, the angle made by the sun ray with the ecliptical plane. So that angle is highest, that is 23.45 degrees at that point, and the northern hemisphere gets the highest radiation or the angle made by the sun ray will be least on that day. So that's about the summer solstice. Now the earth is moving around the sun, and you come to this point. So you are moving from June, July, August, September. So now you are at autumnal equinox. So now onwards, the winter will start, right? So in the month of September, around 22 September, now this inclination is not towards the sun, right? It is on the side. So both hemispheres, the northern as well as the southern, get equal amount of radiation, and the day length are also same for both the hemispheres. So this is equinox day, right? And this is autumnal equinox. Now you move further, and the month of your past September, now October, November, and December. So you come to this point, which is winter solstice, just opposite of this summer solstice. So now, as you can see, the northern hemisphere is tilting away from the sun, and the shortest day occur for the northern hemisphere, and the ray from the sun also make higher angle. Here the declination angle was 0 degrees. Here it is minus 23.45 degrees. And then again you move towards, like this was December, January, February, March, again equinox, but that is spring equinox. Now the spring is set up and then the summer will start. And here again you see that the inclination of the earth is sideward, not towards or away from the sun. So because of that, both hemispheres get equal amount of radiation, as well as the day length is also same. Okay. So this explains the seasons occurring on the northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, and the revision of the angle called declination angle. So it's the angle made made by the line joining the center of the earth with the center of the sun. So it is this line, right? And it is this line, right? And then the equatorial plane, right? Equatorial plane. So the angle made between these two is the declination angle. And this line to sun, what it is shown is nothing but the sun ray also. You can call it sun ray also. Okay. So that's the definition, and how the declination angle varies over the year. So as already told, June 22-23, it's plus 23.45 degrees on vernal equinox, and autumnal equinox it is 0, and winter solstice it is negative highest value. Okay, so that's about the declination angle. Then we also talked about the extraterrestrial solar radiation, and the sun is at around 5800 Kelvin, and how is the variation of the spectral emissive power with of course we like the assumption is that the sun is a black body and its surface temperature is 5800 Kelvin, and at that time with wavelength this is how the spectral emissive power will vary, and the area below that shows the total energy content in the radiation. Okay. Like if the temperatures are lower, then the peak shifts towards the right hand side, that is towards the higher wavelength, and also the value of the peak decreases, and this is the visible spectrum, and amount of radiation inside the visible spectrum as it is shown here. The visible spectrum is 0.38 to 0.78, and 40% of solar radiation flux is inside this. So that's a very high amount percentage. But still, on the right hand side of the of this spectrum, visible spectrum, there is still a lot of amount of radiation left, right? That is infrared radiation, which is also responsible or which if you collect you can use it for energy conversion. But then the highest, as I told, occurs at green color 0.48 micrometer, and then this 99.2% of energy is available up to 4 micrometer wavelength. So up to 4 micrometer wavelength, almost all solar energy is available, right? So okay, so you are not able to mark your attendance again today. On a given day, you should be able to fill it once, right? So could you fill it once, or you are trying to fill it again today itself?
No, sir. I am trying today first time.
Okay. Yeah. So actually, I made it such that you can fill it only once, but then today again you should be able to fill it. So let me change the properties. Okay. So I think now you should be able to, but 4 people had already filled it up today only. The responses I think were less earlier,
Okay, sir.
19.
Now it is opening.
Yeah, but one person should write it only once, right? One person if try to like fill the attendance of others, that should not happen. The other class students did not complain this. I don't know why this complaint in your class. Okay, let's see. Uh, we'll resolve it later if required. Okay, so let's go back to this. Now, so this 99.2% energy is available up to 4 micrometer wavelength. So if you are able to absorb the wavelength of solar radiation up to 4 micrometers, it is more than enough. You are covering 99.2% of energy. So beyond 4 micrometer, it is hardly of any. There is hardly any energy left. Then we talked about the different phenomena that occur to solar radiation as it enters into the atmosphere of the Earth, which is schematically shown in this figure. Okay, so different phenomena occur like absorption and then reflection, scattering. Scattering is changing the direction, right? So when the direction is changed, it may still come back on the surface of the earth, but then it is not coming from directly from the sun. So it will come from the whole hemisphere of the sky. This scattering does not occur, then you will see the sun as a bulb, and the things surrounding it in the sky will be dark, but that doesn't happen because the radiation is scattered and it kind of fills up the whole sky. So you see the whole sky glowing. Okay. So different phenomena occur in like the sun ray, which is able to travel directly direct beam radiation, but then a large part of it is getting scattered, some part of it getting absorbed by different gases, like starting from ozone to oxygen, water vapor, and carbon dioxide, and then some part is also released and come back to earth, and some part is lost to sky. So basically, the like important thing to understand here is that there are two types of radiation that you get on the surface of the earth. One, the direct radiation, and second, the radiation coming from the whole hemisphere of the sky. So that's diffuse radiation, and the total radiation that you get on the surface of the earth is the sum of these two. But of course, the quality of the radiation, the direct radiation and the diffuse radiation is different, and the efficiency of conversion will not be the same. The direct radiation would give you better conversion efficiency. Then we talked about the greenhouse effect, like it's basically absorbing higher and releasing less. So the final result is the heating up of a given volume. So in a way, it is in a limit. It is necessary for to sustain life on the surface of the earth, right? So because of this greenhouse effect, that the earth's temperature remains at around 15 degrees Celsius on an average. Otherwise, it will be so cool that the living or life on earth. But then if the greenhouse gas emission is too high and increasing continuously, then it can lead to more than recommended temperature of the atmosphere, and that can lead to uh, uh, like can have disastrous effect on the environment and can endanger the concept of this longitude latitude was understood. Now there is a very simple concept of what is called our angle omega. So it is 0 degrees at local solar noon. Now you have to understand this local solar noon, right? So you know that the time that we follow is not the local time. That is, it is fixed for our country. It is fixed based on a place Shankargarh near Allahabad. So actually, the time that we see on the clock or in our watch is set as per that longitude. But because we are not on the same longitude, our time is actually, it may lag behind that or it may be a bit ahead of that, right? So you know this, that like in western part of India, we lag behind that, and like so sunrise will be later, while in eastern part of India, in say West Bengal, in Assam, the sunrise will be very early. That is because their actual time is ahead of the time shown by the Indian Standard Time. So this hour angle omega is related with your local time. So somehow you should be able to find out your local time. Only then you will be able to find out this hour angle. Okay. Only then you will be able to find out the hour angle. So that is 0 degree solar noon. So if I assume that uh, uh, that the like when it is solar noon, right? Solar noon is a point when, like if you put a stick, the shadow will be exactly pointing towards the south for northern hemisphere, right? So that's the solar noon. Actually, you cannot say that the sun will be exactly overhead, because not on all day that happen, because the sun, as we will talk about other angles, the altitude angle need not be 90 degrees, or the zenith angle need not be 0 degrees on all days of the year, right? So the right way to tell when is the solar noon occurring at a given place is that the shadow of a vertical stick would be exactly pointing towards the south at that point of time. So that point of time is assigned value 0 degrees. Our angle omega is equal to 0 degrees. And then the 360-degree rotation of the earth around its axis is responsible for day and night. So 360 degrees is equivalent to 24 hours. So 1 hour would be equivalent to 15 degrees. 1 hour would be equivalent to 15 degrees. This is assuming that the movement of the earth around the sun is occurring at uniform speed, as well as the earth is also moving at a uniform speed about its axis. So in that case, 1 hour is equivalent to 15 degrees. So if you are talking about 12 noon for the given place, local solar noon, then omega is 0 degrees. If it is 11 hours for that place, then it is plus 15. So morning is given plus. Then if it is 10 a.m., it is plus 30 degrees. If it is 9 a.m., it is plus 45 degrees. So that's the number that you will use. And for afternoon, it is given negative value. So at 13, like 1 p.m., or you can say 13 hours, it is minus 19. At 14 hours, it is minus 30. At 15 hours, it is minus 45, and so on. Right. So that's how you can assign the value to this parameter called hour angle. Right. So that's one of the angles that you will need. So if somebody tells that it is like 15 hours at like the local time for your place, then if you have to write omega, then you can write that omega is equal to minus 45 degrees, 15 into 3, and negative for afternoon. So minus 45 degrees is the hour angle at that point of time. Hour angle. Now, as we know, the local time and the standard time are different. Now, fortunately in India, we have only one national standard time, but in some large countries like USA and Russia, they would have multiple time zones. But in our case, it is a single time zone. But we know that our local time is not equal to the Indian standard time, and there is a difference between those two. That difference is due to what? That difference is due to the difference in longitude, right? But that is not the only reason, or not the only thing that contribute to the time difference. That time difference actually does not remain constant throughout the year, and there is some deviation in that time difference, even though you're talking about two given points, or two given places, let's say Allahabad and Vadodara. So the time difference throughout the year is not same, it varies. Okay, and that is done, also that difference or correction is made with the help of what is called equation of time correction. So because the earth moves around the sun, not exactly in circular fashion, but it is the orbit is oblique, that is elliptical. Okay, so because of that, you have to apply this equation of time correction, which is given. So you might want to write it down, and if required, you should be able to calculate it, right? So equation of time correction, it's this big equation, but if it is to be used, the equation will be given to you. So you don't need to mug up this equation, but if required, you should be able to calculate the value of this number, equation of time correction, and the answer that you will get will be in minutes. So it has this cos B and sin B. Now what is this B? This capital B is n minus 1 into 360 degrees upon 365, and n is number of days starting from January 1. So if you are on January 1, right, then the value of B will be equal to 0, and you can find out cos 0 degrees and sin 0 degrees, and put the values, and you will get the equation of time correction for that day. And for any other day, whatever is the day number, let's say you're talking about 1st March, then 31 for January and 28 for February, you can add them, and plus 1 for 1st March. So you can find out the day number and find minus 1 into this 360 into 365, and you will get, so B should be in degrees. B value should be put in degrees, and you should make sure that your calculator is set to read the angle in degrees, right, and not in radians. So always it's a good thing to like do more practice, so that in case you are doing something wrong, it is caught before you, let's say, attempt it in exams. Okay, so you can find out this equation of time correction. So you can find it out for all 365 days starting from, let's say, 1st January to 31st of December. And if you plot it according to day number, this is the kind of curve that you will get, right? So it can be negative sometime, it can be positive, right? And this is the correction that you have to make in addition to the correction to be made for the longitude difference, right? So we'll talk about the formula to find the local apparent time from standard time. So what is the standard time for India? The standard time for India is based on this 82.5 degrees east longitude. So I think you should be able to remember this number. It's a very important, you can say, GK, general knowledge that one should have. and it is the longitude of the place Shankargarh in Allahabad, and 82.5 degrees east is the longitude based on which the Indian Standard Time is decided. So they don't need to make any correction for time, but any place other than this, if the longitude is different, then need to make correction to find out local solar time, as it is called local apparent time. So this local apparent time, to find local apparent time from standard time, this is also an angle. Now why do you want to know this angle? Again, uh, we are trying to uh, like get the procedures to find different angles which will be used to find out the at a given point of time, at a given place, at what angle is the sun ray going to strike a given surface. That is what we want to know, and for that it is we are doing all this exercise. And why is it important to know at what angle is the sun ray going to strike? Because like whatever surface you are talking about, the perpendicular part, okay, of that sun ray only will be useful for converting that radiation energy into any other form of energy. So that's why ideally you should always try to get the sun ray perpendicular to the solar collector. But if it is not perfectly tracking the sun, it will not happen all the time, and you need to get the angle at which the sun ray is striking, and only the cos theta component of that would be useful. Let's say many of the collectors are fixed collectors, or they don't continuously track. For example, solar water heater, we keep it fixed throughout the year, right? It's important to know the angle. Okay. So local apparent time is equal to standard time plus 4 by 60 into difference between local longitude and standard time longitude plus equation of time correction. So what you found from this formula is equation of time correction in minutes, and you divide it by 60 and you put it here. So you can write it in fraction of hour, right? And 4 by 60 here, 4 by 60 into the difference. Now how does this 4 by 60 come? Like 360 degrees is 24 hours, so one degree would be 4 minutes, right? So and we want it in hours, so 4 by 60, right? So 4 by 60 into the difference. This is how you get the local apparent time. Okay. And as I told earlier, our angle is very simple. If you can get the solar noon, omega is equal to 0, and 1 hour before that is 15 degrees, 2 hours before that is 30 degrees, 4 hours after the solar noon is 60 degrees. But how do you get, or how do you know the solar noon for a given place? The local apparent time you have to get with this formula, and then you can find out the hour angle, which would be 15 degrees into 12 minus LAT. So if your LAT local apparent time, if it is solar noon, it will be 12. So 12 minus 12 is 0. So omega is equal to 0 when it is local solar noon. At that time, this omega would be 0. So let's try and do one example. I hope you are able to read the data, right? So find local apparent time LAT for Mumbai. The longitude and latitude of Mumbai are given. So it's 72.9 degrees east, right? And latitude is 18.92 degrees on the northern hemisphere. On 21st January, when it is 9:30 a.m. Indian Standard Time. Also find declination angle for the day, right? So let's first try and get the declination angle. So what is the formula? let me go back to that formula. And what is the day number? Day number is 21. So only with the help of this, you should be able to get the declination angle for that day. So the formula for declination angle is this. So 23.45 degrees sine 284 plus n. So n you are going to put 21 and 360 degrees upon 365. So with the help of this, try to get the declination angle. Okay, and then you can mute yourself and tell me what is the answer. Right. Keep it at that point. Somebody gives an answer. I hope somebody will quickly give an answer. Use this formula, and your n is 21. So tell me what is the delta that you get. That is the declination angle. That is the angle made by the sun ray with the equatorial plane.
So minus 20.13.
23.
Okay, so somebody is saying 20.13. Yeah, 20.13. You are talking minus. You said minus? Negative?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. The answer
Sir,
should
it is
be
negative.
logically. Yeah, you can unmute yourself. So logically, unmute yourself. Yeah, so logically, you are close to December 23, right? 1 month away from that. So it was minus 23.45 on December 23, right? So now you are moving towards zero on March 23, but you are just 1 month away from that point. So up from December to March, you will get a negative answer, and you are close to December 23. So I think your answer, this minus 20 point something, should be correct. That was the first part of the example, right? So let me just minus 20.14 degrees is the answer. Okay. Now in the next part, it involves some calculation like finding the equation of time correction. Finding the equation of time correction. Now here you are going to put the value of b. And what is the value of b? The value of b is n minus 1 360 degrees upon 365. So 21 minus 1. So 20 into 360 degrees upon 365, you get a fraction. Okay, find that number.
19.72.
Yeah, okay. Now put it in this formula and try to get the number. Of course, the answer has been displayed. So you can check whether you are getting that number. So put this b is in degrees, right? So put it in this equation. It's a bit lengthy equation. You should not be making any mistake. And check whether you get this number minus 20 point, sorry, minus 10.6 minutes. To get the answer. Only when you have to answer, So if somebody gets the answer, you can confirm me even in chat box. You may not unmute yourself. Just answer in the chat box and confirm that you get that number. Somebody is showing minus 74.54. I think there is some mistake made somewhere. If I look at the graph, whether that confirms that it should be near minus 10 something, what I'm talking about.
Minus 10.60.
Yeah. So I'm near this point, right? So it should be, this is, sorry, June. I'm talking about January, right? So near minus 10. I think you should be able to that number. Should be able to that. So that's the equation of time correction that you get. Now that is to be used in this formula. LAT, local apparent time, is equal to standard time plus 4 by 60, difference between local longitude and standard time longitude, plus equation of time correction in hour. So what is the standard time? Standard time is 9. Standard time. Somebody is muting himself. Please don't do that. So standard time is what it is given. You're talking about 9:30 a.m. IST, right? So it is 9.5. Write it in fraction, right? So 9.5. So 9 and 10, and you are in between, right? So 30 minutes is 0.5 in fraction. So 9.5. So put the standard time 9.5. 4 by 60. And what is the difference? The difference is the difference between this 72.9. So this is in fraction. Mind well, this is in fraction, so you can use it as it is. And 82.5. So 72.9 minus 82.5. If this were given in minutes, how many minutes this would be? This is 0.9, equivalent to 60 minutes. So it would be 54 minutes. It would be 54 minutes, but it's not given in degree minute format. It is given in fraction format. So you can use it as it is. So 72.9 minus, so in this formula, it will be 72.9 minus 82.5. So again, that number is also negative, right? So be very sure about the sign that is to be put. So it's local minus standard. It's not standard minus local. Okay. So it will be negative. Even this equation of time correction. Now, when you use this number here in LAT, divided by 60 when you use it here, right? I have written it, it should be written in hour. So do that exercise and find out what will be the local apparent time at that point of time in Mumbai, right? So do this exercise. I know all of you may not have been able to complete it currently. So what you will get, the final answer is 8.68 hours, right? 8.68 hours. It is in fraction, right? So 0.68 into 60 minutes would give you 41 minutes. So when your watch, when you are at Mumbai, and let's say on 21st of January, you are looking at your watch and it is showing 9:30 a.m. Actually, the solar time there at that point of time is 8:41 a.m. I'm sorry, this is a.m. not p.m. Right? We are talking about AM, not PM. So it is 8.68 hours actual local time, or 8:41 a.m. at Mumbai at that point of time. So this is how you get the local apparent time, and once you get the local apparent time, you can get the hour angle, right? What will be the hour angle here? It will be 12 minus 8.68 into 15 degrees. That will be the hour angle. Okay, so that's like it's written, find declination angle for the day, but also add find hour angle at given point of time at Mumbai, right? So that hour angle is nothing but 12 minus LAT into 15 degrees, and that's how you get the hour angle, right? So that will like show kind of position of the sun in the sky. So this is one small numerical exercise that we have done, and there are more angles to talk about, and we will take them in the coming classes, right? So I will stop here, and I'll also upload the video as well as this example data would be passed on to you, and at least try and solve that example. Okay. Yeah, so I think I will stop and conclude the meeting here.